Despite my love of The Sims, Animal Crossing might be my favorite video game. It's definitely a toss-up. You can see Fauna and Celeste hanging out back there. I thought it would be fun to create villagers' houses from Animal Crossing in The Sims. If you know Animal Crossing, you might know that there are over 400 villagers. This is a massive series. I am planning to make every villager's house as well as the special characters. So let's start building. So for this first video, what I'm doing is I'm gonna build a few of my favorite villagers' houses in resident services. It's gonna be a speed build while I talk about how this is gonna work. Because there are so many villagers, there's gonna be a lot of videos. You know, I actually originally planned to do 6 characters per lot. I never make families. I thought you can only have 6 Sims on a lot. Apparently it's 8. So I'm gonna build potentially 8 on each lot, but this one's gonna have 6 because that's what I thought when I started this. So right now I'm building Fauna's house. She is my absolute favorite villager. She is my #1 girl. I've had her in my village on my island since Animal Crossing New Leaf. That was my first Animal Crossing game I played. So since then, she has not been allowed to leave. She is being held captive on my island, since 2020 in New Horizons. She's not allowed to leave, no matter how many times she tells me about her hopes and dreams of moving on. Too bad. So I'm also including Maple. So Maple is a little bear. She's so cute, and I love her as well. She's actually who I named my dog after. I've shown you my dog before, but I'm going to do it again. This is Maple. She is named after Maple in Animal Crossing, but also I wanted to name a dog Pancake, so her full name is Maple Pancake. Can you look at the camera and show them your beautiful little face? This is Maple, named after Maple in Animal Crossing. Mwah. All right, thank you. Thank you for your services. All the houses kind of look similar on the outside. On the inside, I'm going to try to make them as close to their houses in Animal Crossing as possible. I debated whether I should make them all functional with like a sink, a fridge, a toilet, all the essentials in The Sims. But I decided I really wanted the houses to be like their houses in the game. So like Maple, I did add a sink in hers because she has the stove, she has the fridge, and I thought, well, it would be nice if she had a sink so that this could actually be functional. But I'm not going to add like other rooms to these. They're just the basic houses. But what I am going to do for this lot is I'm going to put a communal kitchen and a communal bathroom in the back of the resident services building. So these videos are going to vary because some of them do have like toilets in their houses and some of them have weird houses that have nothing functional. So I'm thinking for every lot we'll at least have like a fire pit, a grill, something that they can use to cook. And then we can just add, some of them might get like a building with a bathroom. Some of them might have like the public restrooms that are in the game. I'm building resident services now, and I'm gonna do, again, like as close as I can to what's in the game, but I'm also going to add some other things here. So upstairs in the resident services building, I'm gonna put a little room for Isabelle and Tom Nook separately. I don't think they're together. I'm gonna do like a little kind of apartment, but because we have that communal kitchen and bathroom, I'm not going to put those in their apartments. So it's kind of just a bedroom. And right now I'm building the front of resident services where you go in and talk to Isabelle and Tom Nook. And I'm putting the check-in counter from businesses and hobbies because we do have the like ATM kind of thing. And then I thought this little cooler matched really well with the cooler in the game. We're putting in a little spot for the DIY stuff. I'm doing a speed build, obviously, but we'll do a tour at the end. So I'm doing this kind of quick just to show you how I'm building this, and then again to talk about how this series is gonna go. And then we will go on a tour and see everything in more detail, I promise, okay? There's over 400 villagers. There are a lot that I absolutely hate. There are a lot that I absolutely love. I'm going to try to include some that I like and some that I don't like in each video. But to start things off, I want to do my absolute favorite villagers. So, and then some like essential characters, like, and the resident services is kind of the center of your whole town. For these special characters, we're really just imagining what their apartments would look like. So that's going to be a little more creative and free because we're not really working with anything to go off of. It's really just imagination. So I'm excited about that, to interpret what their homes might look like. And then some of them are going to have shops, since we do have businesses and hobbies. Some of them are going to have kind of like this, where we'll put like an apartment over over the shop. This is gonna be a while too. I'm not gonna like pump these out one after the other. Definitely gonna be doing other videos in between. And then there's the kitchen and bathroom I put in there. I didn't show the building of that just to keep this video a little shorter, but we'll do a tour at the end. So I'm also doing Gaston and Lily. So we have Fauna, Maple, Gaston, and Lily. Gaston is so cute. I didn't know about him until, I don't know, was he new in New Horizons? I'm not sure. But he just kind of magically appeared on my island one day when I had a house to fill. And he hasn't left because he is so cute and I love him. His house is a little bit of a shame because it is he has a cardboard bed and like straw on the floor and stuff. But you know what? If that's what makes him happy, I'm gonna let him do his thing. I would like a lot of these to have fun themes. So this one is just like my favorite villagers to start off, but I have some themes in mind, like a tropical one, and then we'll use villagers that kind of fit that theme. I want to do some of the species, like a dog build. I'd like to do like a spooky one. We have some villagers that have a little bit of a spooky feel. I want to do a desert one with Sahara, the camel who brings you the wallpapers and flooring. So those are some of my ideas. I have others, but if you have any ideas of like a theme for a few villagers, let me know. So if you've done the math and you know that there are around 450, I have the exact math done. I don't know it off the top of my head. But we're looking at like around 56 videos. So these are going to be a little shorter than my usual videos. You know, some I might even just do a tour. I don't know, you know, feel free to let me know what kind of videos you want out of these because there's enough of them. I can probably accommodate any requests on these. But if you have any ideas of how villagers should be grouped, I'm going to do at least one that's just going to be like the ugliest, most horrible villagers that I hate, and I'll probably cause some controversy with that. His bed is made out of cardboard boxes in the game, but I decided to give him a real bed. But I made this table out of the mystery garden boxes in Cottage Living, so I think that in live mode your sim will like open those. I couldn't really find cardboard boxes in my game. I don't know if I really have any other than that one. So this is going to be Lily's house. You know, I don't know that I'll show the build of the houses each time either because it's going to get very repetitive. It's basically a 9x9 square with a little like entryway because they do all look very similar. And then another thing that's going to get maybe a little repetitive is they all have a sign out front with their name on it. I kind of struggled to even find 4 different ways to do that in this video, so doing 400 of them, they're gonna get repetitive. They also all have a little light, a little like porch light out front, so we'll probably use the same one of those quite a bit. But like Lily actually has a tub, a sink, and a stove in her house in the game, so she's got a little more functional home. But a few of them do have toilets, but when they do have toilets, they're just like sitting out in the open. I don't really want to do that in The Sims. And then a lot of the Animal Crossing characters have a stereo, so we might be using the same stereo a lot. I don't really have that many. And her wallpaper in the game is actually like actively raining and you can hear it and see it moving. I don't have a way to do that in here, but what I did do is I included a waterfall. I think it's from City Living, like right when you go in the door, so you can hear that rainfall sound. So here I've finished the outside. So I've given them a little fire pit, a little area for socialization. And then we're gonna get on with the tour of all the houses so you can see in a little more detail what I've done with all of them. So with resident services, this brick area, I couldn't figure out a way to do like the actual circles that are in the game, so I just, you know, made up a design. That's probably gonna happen a lot in this series. All right, so we're going into Maple's house first. Just tried to cutify it a bit with some flowers and decorations outside. So here's what her house looks like in the game. This is my interpretation of that. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. These are so cute. I think this wallpaper and like the bear and the couch fit her look really well. I feel like hers was actually pretty similar to what she has. It's obviously going to be a little bit different. And then I've added that sink and the mirror, which aren't in her house, but we had room and I feel like it fits the look. And then most of them do have some kind of fireplace or stove in their houses. So, you know, another thing that might get really repetitive is the chimneys. They like all have a chimney, And I struggled to find ones that look like the chimneys in the game. We might use the same ones quite a few times, but I just think this turned out so cute. She's got the little bird cage, but in ours we don't have a bird in it because that's mean. That bird cage is, in Animal Crossing, that bird cage is way too small and I hate using it. And I will upload all these to the gallery as well. I don't particularly want to make all these villagers in Create a Sim, but if you want to, go for it. You can play as if you're in Animal Crossing. I would also love to know who your favorite villagers are and which ones you like really hate. I feel like that says a lot about a person. What does this say about me that I like? Fauna, Maple, Gaston, and Lily are my top 4. I know a lot of people do yards for their villagers in Animal Crossing. I actually don't. I feel like I just do the outside, how the surrounding looks. Like I don't really personalize their yards. Sorry to my little villagers. Oh, and there it is at night, all lit up. Look at their little porch lights. They're so cute. So now we have Lily's house. I gave her a nice little pond with lily pads outside and the hydrangeas. She does have hydrangeas like on the wallpaper in her house. And I just love this one. I feel like this looks so good. I love it. That porch light that I used on her, that is like one of my favorite lights in the game, and it's hard to use because it sticks out really far. This is not the first time I've talked about this light in a video, but I just think it's so cute. I love it. So any chance to use that, I will take it. And then she's got kind of like wicker furniture. I just thought that picture from Realm of Magic looked really cute with her decor. So again, we're going for closest to what we can get to their houses. They don't necessarily match really well. Some of their houses are a little funky. So like the rug, this rug with the wallpaper, do I absolutely love it? Nah, not necessarily, but I think it looks pretty good compared to her house. And there's our waterfall, which I'll show you that in live mode. So you can hear the rain, hear the soft rain that she hears as she's going to sleep. And as she's awake, it's all the time in her house. These ones being villagers that I've had for a long time, I feel like I can feel it when I go in there. Like, yes, this is their house. I would recognize this outside of Animal Crossing. So Gaston has, I just used the fishing sign for him. It has the look. He has like a post outside his house and he's got like a yellow house with the wood all over. So this is what I've come up with for Gaston. I did give him a little bit of like a rundown yard and the woodworking table and just kind of gave him like some weeds and a little rocking chair and stuff. His house is a little haggard inside. I think it turned out really cute for him. I haven't actually got to redo his house yet in Animal Crossing. I didn't make it very far in the Happy Home Paradise. So there's our table made out of cardboard boxes. He does have a cauldron in his house. I've given him just kind of a nightstand of stacked up books. And then I put like these crates and pieces of wood around outside too. And a little planter because I feel like he would like to garden maybe. In my island, he is by all my gardening stuff, just kind of coincidentally, but I think he likes it deep down. And there's our resident services. I put the stereo out there for the stretching, and then I have the little notice board over there, and I added the owls to it. So in the game, if you don't check your notice board, if you have a message, you'll have a little bird on there. But at night, they're owls, and they're so cute. I haven't checked my messages in years in Animal Crossing because I like the birds. So now I have 3 owls. So fun Animal Crossing tip. If you want the birds all the time, all you have to do is never check the message board. And you don't need it. Isabelle tells you all the important things. And I feel like the resident services turned out pretty cute considering I added a second floor and you can't really tell from the front, which is nice. And I just added a little mailbox from, I think that's from Snowy Escape. So we have a mailbox on the lot. And there's like one tiny trash can somewhere in this build. I can't remember. I think it's in the kitchen or the bathroom. All right, so resident services. You walk in. There's 2 stools for talking to Isabelle and Tom Nook. Isabelle on the right, Tom Nook on the left. I put the little, like, the blueprint up there to kind of look like the spot where you sit to talk to Tom Nook. There's also a little DIY station in resident services, so I've added, like, some tools there. And then we have that cooler, and there's, like, an inspirational poster on the wall, too. And then we've got, like, a corkboard and a calendar, stuff like that by their desks. And I've just added some desk clutter, some things that they have on their desks in the game too. And we've got like this shelf that's kind of disheveled behind Tom Nook's desk. And then I like the pictures from cats and dogs over the coffee corner. It could be like their villagers or something. So here's the little kitchen I made. We just have a little like mini fridge, just a stove and a sink. And then over here we have a bathroom with a couple showers. And I actually really like this because the colors, the wallpaper, it really matches the Animal Crossing color, that like light blue color, tealish. So we have just a couple bathroom stalls, a couple that have showers in them so that villagers other than Lily can bathe. And then just a nice little sink with some soaps and towels. I actually think this bathroom is so cute, and it's not even something actually from the game. Oh well. So then we go upstairs and we have their apartments. These turned out so cute too. I love them. Over on the left, we have Isabelle's apartment. This gingham wallpaper is perfect. She wears like almost this exact thing. And then that pink also is like perfect Animal Crossing New Horizons. I love it. I absolutely love the colors in here. I used that gallery wall from base game, and then I love the yellow curtains because it actually reminds me of like her hair. So I love it. I just think it's so cute. It matches her personality in my mind. And then I've given her a little tea set, and then the little tray with the book, and she can creep on Gaston. And then I did give her a TV and this cute little cat mirror. So then going over to Tom Nook's room. So I've made his really extravagant because where's he get? I don't know. He takes all our money, but he also gives us all this money. So clearly he's wealthy, right? Or it's just a made up currency that he made up, but that's a whole nother discussion. So I did put the bag of cash on his nightstand and also used all this raccoon art. I feel like I just thought it was funny to think that he like collects all this raccoon art because, I mean, technically he's a tanuki, not a raccoon, but I just thought, you know, we got all this in businesses and hobbies, let's use it. He is loving the raccoon life, and buying like shady art kind of goes with Red from the game, which feels like a trashly real person or whatever his name is in businesses and hobbies. It feels like he's kind of a ripoff of Red, but that's okay. And then last but not least, last but best, we have Fauna, and her house is pretty simple on the outside. Oh, and there's the better look at the owls there. I've given her some mushrooms and the little water pump, and hers I just think is so cute. And so, like, she's got a brown and blue spotted rug in the game, so I've given her this blue and brown rug, but it's not an exact match, but I think it looks pretty good. And then the clock, it looks so good with her stuff. And she's just got like a little stove in her house, so I've given her an extra little bookshelf with the sunflower gnome. I think she would like that. And then this thin wardrobe from Businesses and Hobbies is so nice because it fits in really small spaces. So there's Fauna's home. That's our build. That's our Animal Crossing first build of the series. There are approximately 55, 56 more videos to come. Like I said, some of them may be really short. Some of them will be like a full build video. Like, I feel like when I watch build videos and when I make them, I like ones that are around like 30 minutes. And that's what I try to make. So let me know what theme you want to see next. Let me know who your favorite villagers are. Subscribe if you haven't already so that you can see when the new videos come out. But this is the beginning of a long series. So I will see you next time, and the time after that, and the time after that, and the time after that, and the time after that. Because there's a lot of videos. Goodbye. Thank you.